everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm Sherry Horner, your host at healthfitnessbroadcast.com. Today, our topic is chiropractic care for athletes, and our guest is Dr. Barbara Stein from Atlantic City, New Jersey. Welcome back to the show, Dr. Stein.
Hello, thank you. It's great to be back.
Now, I've always called you Dr. Barb, so do your clients call you Dr. Barb or Dr. Stein or whatever they want?
Everybody calls me Dr. Barb.
Dr. Barb.
The few people that don't end up doing it after they get to know me.
Okay, all right, great. Yes, you really do have a great connection with your clients and everyone that you've helped. Dr. Barbara Stein and I met in 2005 when she was on my show. She had a practice in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And then again when you were in your practice in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. And now she is back in Atlantic City near her childhood home and opened a brand new practice there. So you have been in the chiropractic care business for a long time, many years, and you have a lot of great information that I want to pick your brain about and a lot of different athletes that you have seen over the years. So we're going to talk about runners and have a lot of questions for you about chiropractic care for runners because I have interviewed a lot of athletes over the years and not even interviewed them on air, but have spoke with them privately, and a lot of them do not seek chiropractic care or until they feel like they have to, until it is oh, my back's hurting, I have to see a
Yeah.
chiropractor, but don't incorporate it into the regular maintenance program. So do you find that a lot, that people come
Yeah.
to you when you are like their last resort?
Not everybody does that, but the majority definitely wait until either their performance is hindered or, they're having pain when they're not running. And it slows them down. People start to feel like they have to give up their sport. And then they discover chiropractic care only to realize I should have been doing this all along. The most common injuries in runners is low back pain, hip pain, tensor fascial lata pain, which is all down the side of your thigh. That is a big membrane over the muscles going down, and that actual fascia, that membrane, can spasm, and as well as plantar fasciitis is a problem for runners as well. And all of these things can be addressed with chiropractic care and never be a problem. I brought with me an old patient. Just kidding. This is your spine.
You're so funny.
I don't kill anybody. This is your spine. This area from here down is the concern of runners. And here, right? This is your butt, would be here. This is the dip in your low back. From here down, and the hips are right here on either side of this. Those are runners' issues. If you can see, in between the bones, which are these big white things, you have little yellow things. Those are discs. The discs act as shock absorbers to the spine. Every time you're bouncing down on your weight, these discs are considered made of rubber, so they give you some support. They keep the nerves, which are coming through the holes created by two bones together. These holes, that's where your nerves come out of, okay? If these bones are not arranged in the proper formation, if the discs are too worn down, if you have muscle spasm, because there's muscles attached to all these structures, the nerves can get pressure on them. When that happens, the nerve doesn't work as well. So if this nerve right here goes down to your low back or your hips, and it's impinged, meaning not having the proper function because there's pressure on it, everywhere that nerve travels, whatever that nerve makes work doesn't work right. So you start to get breakdown because your muscles and your organs aren't getting the messages on how to function properly. With runners, your consideration is your alignment of your bones, And that's important because as you run, if you don't have the proper alignment, the pressure that comes from putting all your weight down when your strike hits the ground, then the pressure isn't dead center where it's supposed to line up, where your discs can save you. The actual muscles and bones on the sides start to wear down. That's where runners have big problems.
Okay, gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. That was a great demonstration.
As a chiropractor, I put the bones back in alignment. I'll train your muscles to hold them there. And that way you have more agility, more endurance, because your center of gravity is on point. So you weigh as little as possible while you're bouncing down on your strike foot. Does that make sense?
Gotcha. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And there's little tips that we can give runners. Plantar fasciitis can be taken care of. Plantar fasciitis is that pain you get in the arch and underneath of the foot, in the muscles under the foot. It makes it hard to wear shoes. It means you're starting to get it when you have to put inserts into your running shoes, or you're looking for running shoes with extra cushioning. Those are indicators you're starting to get some spasm in your plantar fasciitis.
And what causes that?
It's you're using a muscle over and over and you're not stretching it. People don't take their toes and point them back and pull. People get ready runners get ready to run by stretching the big muscles, your quads, your hams, your calf muscles. You want to like warm up your knees and ankles, but you're not doing anything for underneath your feet. You don't think of that.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
You know, you figure you buy a good shoe, you're done. That's not good. It's like constantly working out a muscle in one direction, and what happens is it gets spasmed. Does that mean you're not stretching it? You're not full range of motion. It's underneath your foot. So there are things you can do. The most common thing is, well, there's a few common things to do. You could take a golf ball or a tennis ball if the golf ball hurts, put it under your foot and roll it around. Sit on a chair, put pressure, and roll the ball around, and it's like a massage to the bottom of your feet.
Easy to do when you're sitting at your desk.
You could do it at work. You could do it anywhere. After that, you want to go to a step. Put the ball of your foot, if these are your toes and these is where your toes end, underneath that kind of hard meaty part where your toes end, that's called the ball of your foot. You put the ball of your foot on the edge of a step and then let your heels drop below the step, and that's going to stretch out half of the plantar muscles. The other half you stretch out good by just sitting in a chair. Again, this can be done at work when you're thinking or in a meeting. Just hold the front of your foot and pull it back so your toes bend.
So when you're in a meeting, that would be okay. Depends on what kind of meeting.
Cross-legged.
If you're in a sales meeting and you're a salesperson,
oh yeah, well,
I'm going to save that for later. That's good. That's great information. And then orthotics. Those people that have orthotics and don't wear them.
Oh, if you have them and you're not wearing them, there's no excuse for that.
Right. Yeah.
That's like being a diabetic and having like dessert every night with your meals.
Yeah.
It's just not a smart thing to do. If you have them, you should be making use of them. I have them. I'm using them. I use them in any shoe that they'll fit in. Now, if orthotics used to be $300 to $600, depending on if you were just getting an insert or if you were getting a shoe made out of the cast of your foot, which I can do. Mm-hmm. But now they sell pre-made orthotics that are just generic. All the padding is in the right place and they're durable and they fit in any shoe. And they sell them over the counter. I've seen some decent ones in convenience stores like like CVS, Eckerd's. They have at medical supply places. They have pre-made ones you could try. They're not even $30. Mm-hmm. And I think they work just as well unless you have some serious, stuff going on there. They're fantastic.
Mm-hmm. And they do have the centers where you could stand on and it can evaluate your feet to determine
right. Those Dr. Scholl things. Yes, mm-hmm. That's very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. There's also something you can get. It's a company called Aqua Step. They're like $30 a pair, and they're inserts, but the inside is like water. It's like a pillow with water inside. So it's like a massage as you walk too. I wouldn't recommend running in those or doing your sport in them, but that's a really nice way to relax the muscles in the bottom of the feet when you're walking around ordinary every day. You might want to like look at getting a pair of those, or you can contact me. I carry them in all different sizes and I can have them sent out, but they're a little more than 30. That's, wholesale. But I don't gouge anybody.
Right.
50, and then if you want shipping and handling, and that's it.
Okay.
Or you can get them yourself.
So you have seen so many cases over the years. Can you share some of those cases that can enlighten or educate us on
As far as
different
runners
situations?
go, I have had some runners come in with really bad low back pain. And I have just typically found in these runners that they are out of alignment, which is a quick fix. If you don't handle it when you first feel it and you let it continue to get worse, by the time you feel some severe pain where it's an urgent get thee to a chiropractor or get thee to your physician, the damage is 40 to 60% decay of the nerves. This is because on the inside of you, you don't have a lot of sensitivity. On the outside, you blow on yourself, you feel it. There's a huge amount of sensitivity. But on the inside, the outside keeps it safe. So the only sensation you have on the inside is if there's a huge decay or depletion of function in an organ or muscle or nerve. If you did have sensitivity on the inside, we would be a mess. We would be a mess. We'd feel our heart squeezing. We'd feel the
Right.
blood going through our vessels. We would feel digestive peristaltic waves pushing the food through. We would be jerking around because of all the crazy feelings we had inside. So you just don't know there's damage until there's so much damage already there. So my best advice to runners and my experience with runners is don't wait. You need to go. If you feel no pain, don't wait, because the chiropractor is trained to detect early damage that you don't even feel.
Right.
As far as, I'll tell you what I have a quick tip for if you have any golfers listening.
Mhm.
Golfers' backs break down very quickly. And if you think about it, say you're a golfer and your swing is right to left. These golfers are constantly twisting their spines this way, and then they freeze to watch the ball. So their neck goes and their low back terrible because they're constantly torquing the muscles and the nerves and the bones. They're torquing it all the time like this, constantly twisting one way. So every golfing workshop that I do, I give them exercises to strengthen the antagonist side, and I tell them, here's the big thing for golfers. After you're done your swing and you're done your pose, watching the ball, put your hands on your hips and turn the other way and push it. Don't bounce. Just one hold and turn. Collect your stuff. Go to the next hole.
Good tip.
You have to do something to activate the other side of muscles, or this side gets weak. Bones are held in place by muscles. They will get pulled off center by dominant muscles attaching to the bone if you don't balance those muscles out.
That is a great tip. Yeah, definitely. And those new to golf that wonder why, why is my back hurting?
Yeah.
That's the reason why.
Especially the newbies, because they're breaking in those muscles and training them.
Yeah. So do you have any other cases
for
that
runners?
you've, for runners?
One of the things that runners have to pay attention to is their sleeping position. Believe it or not.
Wow, that's something a lot of people don't think about.
Yeah. When you're running, whatever posture deformation, whatever derogatory posture you have is emphasized. The feeling on the results of your body are amplified because of that ballistic. We have in our body what's called mechanoreceptors, part of your nervous system. What they're responsible for is holding your body position. It's unconscious positioning of your body from your brain. Well, if you're stimulating these mechanoreceptors predominantly when you're running, they're stimulated by bounce, by stretch, and by pressure changes. So you're really bombarding your brain with those mechanoreceptors when you're running. So you're teaching your brain to hold the posture that you're doing at the time you're stimulating them. So runners, when you're sleeping, you're tractioning your body for all. So if you're sleeping all on your stomach and your head's turned and your arms up and your legs in a figure four position, now your body's going to break down at a much younger age because that's what you're telling it to do. You're giving it bad information to remember. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's great.
Okay.
Wow, you got
So
some
the
really good
best piece,
information today. Thanks.
right? Things
That's
you
awesome.
don't think that contribute to any sport, but especially running because it's all your body. It's so physical, and those mechanoreceptors firing off with each bounce and each change of your leg dominant. Each gait step. It's all bombarding your body again with mechanoreceptors. So the best way for a runner to sleep is on your back, a pillow bunched up behind your head so you're slightly up, but the pillow should be low. The crown of your head shouldn't even hardly be on the pillow. You should tuck the pillow down so you're slightly looking up. And it doesn't matter what kind of pillow you use as long as you're supported in the back of your neck and like this.
Gotcha.
Just a little
That's
bit.
great. Yeah, that is great.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because these are things that a lot of people just don't think about. And
Yeah.
so I want to ask you how you feel about stretching.
Oh,
Um,
and if it
you,
bothers your low back to sleep on your back, put a couple pillows behind your knees and it goes away like that.
awesome. Yeah.
Just get your knees raised.
Yeah, that's a
Sorry.
good
I'm
tip.
sorry.
So, I want to ask you what you think about stretching. I'm a runner, but I'm really big into yoga.
I
I
know
do a
you are,
lot
and
of
you're
that,
fantastic at it.
and so that's my
We did
answer for
yoga
everything.
sessions on the beach. They
What?
were
Yeah,
great.
yes, we did yoga on the
And
beach.
I was doing with you beginner. I was sore the next day.
Really? Oh,
I
we
was.
just did a little bit, yeah. But
But
yeah,
it shows you how much it matters. Stretching
okay,
is so important. What it
yeah,
does is it warms up the muscle. It gets the elasticity. It's like taking a rubber band and stretching it without doing a little stretch first. You can snap that rubber band because it's not elastic enough. It hasn't been warmed up enough. Our bodies are just like that. The best way to get a muscle tear, a ligament tear, or a tendon injury is don't warm up. It's a given. It's just a matter of time.
right.
Stretching is so important. It brings blood to the muscles. So now not are the muscles only just stretched up and ready to do some work, but now they're relaxed and happy and ready to do what you want even more because they're full of blood, and that makes them full of oxygen, and that makes them soft and mushy and ready to go. So stretching is so important.
I
Um,
agree.
yeah, I think you should give a video demonstration on some stretches because that's really amazing. You're great at that.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, there's some things, yeah, in the future with my
And don't forget to stretch the non-glamorous muscles. Your neck muscles need to get stretched, your shoulder muscles, because you're putting ballistic forces on your neck. And when you're running, you're a little bit tilted forward, which, if you're not stretched out in your neck, can over time cause bone spurring in the side, obliquely, in the back. And the bottom of your feet, like I was talking about, need to get stretched out. And believe it or not, your palms, when you're running, you're like this. All day long, you're like this. People don't walk around going like
Mhm.
this and stretching out the palm muscles, and that's what causes the palmar surface muscles to be too spasm and strong. And then they pull these little wrist bones forward. That's how you get carpal tunnel. And that's how you get strange paresthesias, strange sensations in your elbow and your fingers. So it's important when you're running to put your hands together and get some good stretch to your palms. Count to 10, relax. Do it again. Count to 10, relax. And you just do that about 10 times.
Yeah,
And you'll feel it tingle in here, and that's what you want.
right. Okay. I want the tingle.
Yeah.
That's a good tip. I want to say thanks again. You've given so much great information and just a little bit about this lady. She is so funny. She needs to have her own stand-up act again.
I do
She,
comedy. I'm on stage all the time singing and doing comedy.
yeah, singing
I'm
and doing
a comedic
comedy. She's been
chiropractor.
doing for years. Some of you that have been in Atlantic City in years past may recognize her from being there. But thank you
Yeah.
so much. I look forward to having you back again, and thanks for being here today. Oh, yeah, it is time to share your shoe. So tell me about your favorite shoe.
This is my latest favorite shoe because with all the hot Christmas parties and New Year's Eve coming, you want something super fancy, super fashionable you can wear with a gown or a cocktail dress and look stunning in. The thing that's chiropractically sound about these type of shoes is this. No matter how high your heel is, and that's a good 5, 6 inches, it's comfortable because it's a platform front. So even though your ankle and your legs look great because they're in flexion, your feet are in, plantar flexion, but it's not severe flexion. The weight of your foot is back at the ball of your foot where you want it due to the platform. So these shoes are very comfortable. You can wear these type of shoes with the platform in the heel all night long and not have to take them off and look funny because you're wearing a dress with no shoes or bring another pair of shoes or be in pain. I've worn these already to 2 Pollardies and I had them on for more than 4 hours and never got, oh, I got to take my shoes off, sore.
Awesome.
So the
Awesome.
trick is if you're wearing a heel, raise the bottom of your foot too, or else your weight distribution is too far forward and you get swelling and your toes hurt and your balance is off and you're klutzy. So
Right. So go for the platforms, ladies,
plat-
right? And
platform.
so I have to show you my favorite shoe. One of my favorite. I only have a million, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
wish I didn't bring my running shoe in, and I didn't bring my newest one that has the foam cushion, which is totally awesome. But I love this one just as
I like
much.
that too.
In fact, Asics is my
Oh, I think I have
favorite
those.
favorite. These are just my walk around town shoes, I call them.
They're cross
They're not my
strippers.
running shoes, but I love Asics. My latest running shoe is also an Asics, and I love them because there's a little pink in there. We all love a little pink.
But I recognize mine have a little pink, a little purple. Do
Mm-hmm.
they have a little purple in them? Let me see that again.
Little purple, yeah, a little
I
purple,
think I have the
a little
same
bit of
shoe.
blue.
How funny.
Yeah, we'll have to wear them at the same time. Sometime we'll match. But
But
definitely yoga on the beach again in the
yes,
warmer weather, and
I
do that.
say we make it a thing. Let's make an announcement. Let's do yoga on the beach one time this summer with Sherry Horner
Yes,
and invite people that want to come.
we will. I have a lot of corporate clients that will probably be there. Could be there. That sounds
Because
great.
that was really nice. I
Thank,
really enjoyed that.
thank you. Okay, it was great. I appreciate it. Goodbye for now. And I just want to remind everyone, if you are a health, fitness, or wellness professional and you would like to contribute to our show, you can contact me, link below. If you would like to contact Dr. Barbara Stein for more information about chiropractic care, or if you are in the Atlantic City area and you would like to see her, her contact information will be below. And I just want to thank everyone for watching, and please subscribe. Thank you. If you like this video, please share it.
One more thing.
Mm-hmm.
If the people have seen me on your show before and have seen the progression of weight loss that I've been doing,
Right.
so far when I first started your show, I was 250 pounds. I've lost 82 pounds. And if anybody wants to talk to me about how I'm doing it, I have 33 more pounds to go. But you can see just from my face, I'm noticing I can see myself. The changes from when I first started with you till
Yes,
now is pretty drastic. So if
absolutely.
anybody wants to know anything, contact me at, should I give a number?
Well, I'll leave it. I'll leave it in the description box.
Okay, fine, perfect.
And also, if you would like to see that interview with her about her success story in weight loss, I'll put a link to that below too, so you can check out that video.
I
So
forgot we
again,
did the
thanks
show.
everyone for watching, and thank you, Miss Dr. Barbara Stein. Appreciate it,
Thank
and
you, Sherry Corner.
see you next time.
Great fun as always and informative.